What's up, guys? Cinestalker here for another video. So up here was I could do for the last maybe a few years or so now, because showing my annual stuff I like to watch for around this time, Christmas time, the holiday time. Some of my favorite films I always check out are TV specials. Some stuff I always watch, maybe some new ones I'll throw in there, and some stuff that I found on like TV, on streaming and stuff, to kind of give you guys some recommendations too, in case you guys are curious of what I like to watch and check out, or maybe some stuff you've never seen before or whatnot. I can give you guys some ideas what to check out for this awesome Christmas holiday season, because we're out about maybe like 3 weeks away from the big day. So it's always cool to do it like that around this time, but it's around the 8th as I filmed this, December 8th. So around this time, I like to go heavily almost every day, and at least watch one or so Christmas show or program. At least I try to, or get that kind of vibe, to get that kind of warm, fuzzy feeling of goodness. And I'm not totally like fuzzy, good, festive right now. I gotta do something real quick. Hold up. Bam! Like that. We are gonna fix up my little white ball right up there, and bam! Now I'm looking decked out and lovely, and I got my Black Christmas t-shirt, a nice classic for this time of year, horror classic. Bob Clark directed this one. I also did another Christmas classic, which is The Christmas Story. So it's kind of funny. He did two Christmas classics, one horror and one family-oriented, both amazing. But who would have thought, right? Amazing stuff. I think within like less than 5 years apart or something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna go sit over here. I got a nice roaring fire right here, and a special guest. Let's go down to right now to check out what I like to watch for Christmas time. Cinestalker, Cinestana style. I gotta get the nice roaring fire right up here. As you can see, roaring fire. We got my special guests up here. We got Chucky. We got the alien skeleton sucking on a little candy cane. And we got a vintage, I'm not sure what era, maybe 90s, little cute Christmassy bear up here. And things like that. I guess I have some candy right there. Let's go kick back in my little chair, cozy up next to the fire, and I'll share with you guys what I can check out for this time of year. All right, so get down to it right now. Get the nice, cozy, warm fire. Oh, yes. But anyway, let's just begin with some stuff right now. Some ones I always like to check out around this time of year. I got a mixture of, DVD, some Blu-ray. I don't know if there's any 4K in here or some stuff. I don't believe there is. Maybe not. I don't know. And some good old-fashioned VHS. And I'm just going to kind of go through whatever I like to check out. And what I always like to check out, I'm going to kick it off with the good old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman. And, of course, one of my all-time favorites, maybe my favorite ever, is the Will Vinton's California Raisins Christmas Special, which I have all here on videotape. I always show this one. I think the last few times I show this, I always got to show it because it's probably my prize tape in my collection. It's up there. It's a recorded tape from way back in the day, but it means so much to me because this right here is from, I believe, 87. It has Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Claymation Special, and Frosty the Snowman, all from like around 87, 88 era, all on videotape, with some vintage commercials in here and things like that when I was a little lad. And this is a great classic tape. It still plays, it still works, and it's just classic, great stuff. And the Claymation Special, which is, I also have it on DVD, which is right up here. And I don't know, I think it's like, it goes for like 15, 20 bucks on Amazon you can buy it for. I don't think it's streamed anywhere, and it never showed on TV, unfortunately. I don't know why. It's a fantastic Claymation Special, which is great characters, great songs. It's about a half-hour long, and it's just amazing. And I love this so much. And if you guys ever seen it, definitely go out, seek it. I think it's on YouTube probably. Or if you just want to buy it, it's on Amazon, I think for like 15 or 20 bucks. I got this when I was working at Sam Goodies a long time ago. I was like, oh my God, is it that special? Oh my God, it was. And I was so happy because I only had it on videotape, and I don't want to like damage the tape, but it still works. But of course I want to have it on DVD so I can play that more. But I do play this, and it still works, and I have the commercials on there. Some of them we edited them out back in the day, which I wish we didn't. But I do have some of the ones on here, like some vintage 7-Up, and some like Tyco toys, or like my first Sony, like a little Sony Walkman. I have some stuff like that in this thing, and some old McDonald's ads. Love that stuff. And this is a fantastic special. If you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It is so good. Along with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, of course, that is all-time classic. And Frosty the Snowman. Those are all on here. That's why this tape means so much to me. It's from my childhood. And the old commercials, and I still have it after all these years. This tape means so much to me. And I'm so happy, glad to have this on DVD too. But this is, of course, to get us off, Christmas holiday time is always like Rudolph, Frosty, and then Will Vinton's, which I'll definitely watch this at least a few times, for sure. Probably the other ones I'll watch at least a couple times at pop too. But yeah, classic stuff right there to start off my video with. You gotta have those. You gotta mention those. It's a must. And also a classic must for me, which I think is the best Santa ever played, is David Huddleston in Santa Claus the Movie with Dudley Moore. Fantastic film. I believe made in like 84, 85, and it's pretty much a McDonald's ad too. Every time you watch a scene with the one kid, I think Joe, is at the McDonald's looking through the window, and everyone's all eating McDonald's, you always get hungry. At least for me, you always get hungry, and you want yourself a quarter pound with cheese and some fries or a Big Mac. And if you watch this movie, you definitely want some Mickey D's. It's just a classic. It's an amazing movie, great origin story, beautiful songs. You have the John Lithgow in this thing. Fantastic movie. I mean, this movie is a must. Probably my favorite Santa Claus movie ever made is Santa Claus the Movie. I love it. Always gets me the feels. If you do like watching this, let me know. It's one of my favorites ever. He plays the best Santa Claus, bar none. To me, bar none, best Santa ever. Him right there. And of course, another great Santa, probably right up there, maybe number 2, and that is, Tim Allen. This is Santa Claus the Movie too. I don't have the first one, but I have the second one. But he does. Tim Allen does a great job as playing Santa. I always got to watch at least the very first season. Part 1 and part 2 are great. The other ones are kind of like whatever. But 1 and 2, and that one Disney show that's out now on Disney Plus is actually pretty fun. I didn't watch the new one lately, but I did watch it last year. It was actually all right. But the very first Santa Claus, oh man, so good. And Tim Allen, I think he plays like, to me, like maybe the number 2 Santa ever is, which you would have thought, Tim Allen, Home Improvement. But yeah, great classic stuff. Santa Claus, it's not a Santa Claus movie. Santa Claus and Santa Claus movie, both confusing titles, almost similar, but you got to put them back to back. Great Santas. Which one do you like more? This one? You like Tim Allen? Or you like David Huddleston? Or maybe some other one? I don't know, but 1 and 2, man. My number 1 and my number 2. Yeah. And speaking of Santas, we're going to go to the horror, creepy, crazy Christmas horror stuff, because Christmas horror is absolutely amazing. Maybe my favorite subgenre is some good old Christmas horror. It's so good. There's so many great horror flicks out there. And this one's an all-time classic. It's up there with Black Christmas, one of the ones that really kick it off. I think the very first crazy psycho Santa is in this one. I believe so. And that is Christmas Evil up here. And as the guy that plays Santa is Fiona Apple's dad, singer Fiona Apple. That's her dad that plays a crazy psycho Santa. This is that vintage alternate cover tape. Very sought after clamshell, this bad boy. And I believe like this was made like in what, like 1980 or 79, 80, something like that. Very old, cool slasher. This guy, he works at a toy shop. He's obsessed with Santa Claus and Christmas, and he wants to do the right thing, but people think he's nuts. And he gets pushed on his nerves, and people make fun of him, and he kind of just has enough and just wants to off all the people that are doing him wrong in a way, and just give joy and get toys to kids, and even gives them switchblades too, because he thinks it's all right. Because it's a weird movie because you feel bad for the guy, even though he's doing bad things, but you feel bad for him because of the way he's getting treated in a weird way. But it's just great stuff. It's Christmas Evil. I believe this is streaming on. I think you can watch this on Tubi. I'll mention later. It's actually some really great Tubi TV specials and movies. I'm gonna talk more about that. I'm gonna kind of show you guys some stuff I like to check out on Tubi. Great stuff on Tubi you can watch for free. But this is on there too, and it's a really good edition of it on Tubi. This is just a great movie, Christmas Evil. Speaking of crazy Santa Clauses, this is the Psycho Santa, and it's great fun, great to watch on Christmas Eve and things like that. And I said I love this videotape. Great tape. Look at that nice like foil looking sticker. And look at that right there. I just love that little cursive vintage goodness. And it smells like an old video store. I love it. You got to love this. One of my favorite tapes for sure. It has this different edition, alternate edition cover, the old school one of Christmas Evil. Love it. Love it. Speaking of like bad Santas and things like that, we have a special guest right up here, and it is Billy from Silent Night, Deadly Night. Oh my goodness. And now I know it's the like ultra rare figure from NECA. That is this one up here. And they got, Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I have right up here. I don't fall down. And then we got him right up here. You can't go wrong with this. A classic Silent Night, Deadly Night, the amazing movie. I always got to watch this. If I'm freed up on Christmas Eve, I pop this in, or at least the week of Christmas Eve for sure. And watch me some Silent Night, Deadly Night. I love this little action figure right up here. Right? Pop, pop. So cool. Billy, he watched his parents get brutally slaughtered by a psycho Santa. He gets put in an orphanage, and then he just, as he gets older, he works at a toy shop, which is great because they have a lot of cool like 80s toys up in there. You see like He-Man stuff and things like that in the background, which I love. And then like they push him to the edge, and he just trips out, just starts acting nutty, and you're not naughty and stuff like that. And just great fun stuff is this right up here. And this is so good, so good. It's the old, I don't have it on Blu-ray, I just got the old DVDs of it. And they made a whole bunch of, put this over here, a bunch of like different sequels, which I do have them all. You know, of course, you got the first one, and then you got 1 and 2, almost like confusing. You got 1 and 2 up over there. Part 2 is so bad. It's pretty much just like half the movie or more of it. It's just stock footage of the first one, but it's so good and cheesy with Garbage Day. Love that. And then you got this one, which has part 3, 4, and 5 on it. And part 3 is not that great with old Mosley. It's pretty bad with his brains all like in a glass dome. It's just very strange. It's like, what the heck? But you have a great one here with Clint Howard. And you also have a great one too with Mickey Rooney. He plays like this, it's almost like a Pinocchio story in a way. He plays like a Geppetto, and he makes like a Pinocchio psycho kind of thing. It's kind of these crazy toys, and all these toys take revenge and kill. And it's just great. Part 5 is fantastic, and you get Mickey Rooney swearing it and stuff. It's so good. But I know they got those out on Blu-ray now. I think 4K and stuff too, but these are my old ones. I'm okay with these old ones and things like that. Maybe I'll upgrade sometime, but I just love these. And so Silent Deadly Night collection, you gotta watch. They're all fun. So, you know, part 3 is not that great, but other ones are pretty dang good. And of course, the classic, the first one to start it all is amazing. And watch out, because if you've been naughty, he might come attacking at you. He's not gonna give you a lump of coal. He's gonna give you an axe lump in the neck, probably. So be careful. Be careful. Let's go back to some nice family fun entertainment right up here. And I got some up here. There's some great gems. And of course, I mentioned earlier, you got Black Christmas and you got Bob Clark. So of course, you got to watch all the time. And that's Christmas Story. Love it. And it's always on, what, 24 hours on Christmas Eve on TNT. This one I like because I see the Blockbuster sticker. It says, youth restricted viewing must be 17 and older. So I like how that sticker is on there. I guess they thought this was for 17 and up, rated R. I don't know. It's just weird how they thought that was it. And this is from like 1999. You can see right there when they put this out on display, the used one. And yeah, good stuff. Blockbuster Video, making a Blockbuster night with some Christmas Story. And this one coming up here, which is also, which I'll dive into a little bit more, is it's on Tubi too, is Here Comes Santa Claus. This is a great one. And so I love this because it has the old school, which I showed before, the 1995 sticker on there. These are all ones I'm going to be watching and checking out, recommending. So I definitely will be checking these all out. So I just love this stuff. This one's great. It's just a weird, I believe, French movie. And it's just how odd. It's like an ogre that wants to kill these kids. And they get Santa Claus to the rescue. And it's just very oddly made with some really cool, cheesy songs in it. Nice, wholesome, cheesy songs. And it's just fun. This is an enchanting adventure. And yes, it is an enchanting adventure. And you can watch it for free on Tubi. I recommend checking this one out. It's great and weird, and it's from New World Video. Yeah, New World, which is a subsidy of Empire, which is also, I think, a subsidy of Full Moon later on. And they put out some strange, cool movies. This is one of them, one of the weird ones. And this is great because it's so odd. It is Santa Claus. Here Comes Santa Claus. And this is another one you can actually watch on Tubi. And The Night They Saved Christmas, great made, not made for TV, but 80s movie. Just great stuff. It is also played by Art Carney, which he was a very famous episode of him in Twilight Zone. He played as Santa Claus also. Really fantastic episode. Really great stuff. I forget what the episode's called, like Night of the Eep or Night of the Mink. It's something like that, but really good when he plays like a Santa Claus too, hard in his luck. But this when he plays a Santa Claus again, and it's about them. And then, like this woman, her husband's like a driller for oil in the North Pole, and he's intrigued on Santa Claus's North Pole lair. And the elf right up here, who is played by Paul Williams, he's there to try to stop them from doing it and changing their mind. But they all think he's fake and nuts and stuff. And the elf brings her and the kids to the North Pole, Christmas City, and change their mind, and then to help them stop them from destroying Santa Claus's lair through oil drilling, 80s style. Great stuff is this. Great songs, fun movie. I love it. It's so 80s. It's so good vibes. And this one right here, honorable mention, of course. Almost forgot about this. Almost forgot. How could I forget about this wonderful movie? We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. Not a movie, but a TV special, actually. Or no, actually not a TV special. Not even that. Made for video special of bodacious songs like Rap, We're the Turtles, Up from the Sewer. It's so cheesy. I got this at a thrift shop years back, and one of my favorite tapes to have. And a cheesy, great one for this time of year. It has We Wish You a Turtle Christmas. Yeah, dude. And up here we have a couple of like just all-time classics you just gotta watch, and they're so good. So good. That is the first one up here, and that is It's a Wonderful Life. Here it is. I believe this is on 4K of it here on Steelbook. Great all-time classic Christmas movie. So good. I know it's a long movie, like three hours and change long, but it's so good. Gets you in the feels. As I get older watching this, it hits more and more each time. I used to watch it all the time as a kid with my grandparents and stuff like that. And so it brings like great memories of nostalgia vibes while watching this fantastic movie. Because every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. And you know what I'm saying? And this one up here is a great all-time classic. Later on, that is the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on Blu-ray. I don't have the 4K of it, but I get the Blu-ray Steelbook of it. And this is, all-time, great stuff. It is so good, so funny. It is never not funny. They would show it all the time on TV, but I always loved watching it with the cuss words and stuff in it. And it's just, it's amazing. I always liked it since I was a kid when it first came out. I remember recording this on HBO. I wish I still had that edition of it on HBO. I don't have it anymore, but I wish I did with the old HBO bumpers, But this one, it's so good, so classic. It is probably the best National Lampoon's movie made. I think this is my favorite one. Is that they're all good though, the original ones, but this one, it always sticks out. So fun. And up here, I'm gonna mention a couple of odd ones up here. And first off, we're gonna talk about this one made like in the 90s. That is Hulk Hogan and Santa with Muscles. Very odd movie. As you get Hulk Hogan plays like a self-centered health nut guru. Then he helps out everyone and become like a Santa Claus type guy. You get Clint Howard in this thing. You see a nice Clint Howard up there. It's just an odd movie, very cringe, but it's okay because it is cringe. A mid-90s Hulk Hogan is amazingly good cringe. I gotta love it. It's good stuff. And this one up here is pretty cool. I got this like a year or two ago for like a review. That's actually a pretty good movie. It has Mel Gibson in Fat Man. He plays Santa Claus, Mel Gibson, and they push his edge like this kid. Like messes with him and stuff like that and wants to like kill him and stuff like that, puts a hit after him. And it's then like since Santa Claus is like don't mess with Santa Claus because he will beat you up and like shoot you, and that's what he does. So it's a great weird one. Mel Gibson playing a action gun wielding Santa Claus because he's defending his lair and things like that. It's a pretty cool movie. I definitely like this one. Fat Man, it's pretty cool. I don't think it gets that much love, but it's a pretty neat one. I think it's streaming on HBO Max, maybe, I don't know. But it's a pretty cool one. I recommend checking out Fat Man. If you want some action goodness, like Violent Night, which is actually pretty good, I think. It's up there with that. That'll make a good double feature. This and Violent Night, I think it'd be fun, action-y Santa Claus guys. You'll definitely enjoy this one. It's very cool, I think. And up here, I have this random like set, but they're all classic films. And you gotta just, have them all here. This is this random set I got for like, I think a couple years ago for like $5 at FYE. But they're all good. This is this DVD, but it's got it because it's kind of a cool cover. You get Home Alone, Miracle on 34th Street, Ebenezer Scrooge, and then you got Jingle All the Way with the Turbo Man. I gotta get the Turbo Man. I got the Turbo Man doll, the Turbo Man. But I got these a couple years ago when they were selling these at Walmart. I still got mine up there, the good old Turbo Man. And get some Jingle All the Way goodness. I remember when I first saw Jingle All the Way, I really didn't like it back then. I thought I was like, this is so cheesy. But then later on, a few years later, I got more and more into it each year after it came out. I was just more and more into it, you know what I mean? And it's just a great fun to watch every year now. And that's Jingle All the Way. So good. Of course, Home Alone, which I'm so happy Macaulay Culkin got a star on the Walk of Fame. He definitely deserves it. And great guy, and it's Home Alone 2. Total classic. Every year you got to check out. I remember watching those in the theater as a kid with my mom and grandma with Home Alone. And this so good. So much great nostalgia. One of the best Christmas movies ever made. It's so good. It's so classic, so fun. Nostalgia vibes. Love it. Same era. And these are all good ones up here. All good stuff. Scrooge, the Christmas Carol. That's a good one up here. I think that's with George C. Scott. Yeah, George C. Scott one. And it's a great one is that one. I always like those weird Christmas Carol ones. They're on Turner Classic Movies. Those are like the old black and white ones from like the 30s. They're just creepy and kind of cool. So sometimes I'll definitely be watching those too. If you guys watch those old school Christmas Carol ones, they're on TCM. Just very odd and creepy. I love those. And of course, Mickey's Christmas Carol is a classic. Always gets me teared up. Love that one from the early 80s and stuff. All those ones are great. But these are all, it's a good little fun set. Got that for like $5 or something like that. It's just on basic DVD, but it kind of has a display thing. I do watch them too, But this is kind of a cool little like this, display piece. And these are all classic up here. Let's go back into the horror. You know what I'm saying? And this one's fantastic. That's fantastic. I just watched this the other day on the TV up here on VHS. Yes, I do have it hooked up to the VHS with my 4K, and that is good old Elves up here. Rare one. I remember I got this at a video shop that was closing out here in San Diego. But at the time, I didn't know it was closing down. And I got this. I found it in the back. It was funny. I had to like look for the cover, and the guy had to find the tape in the back. And I remember I went on a trip to Vegas, I believe, with OGP, and I came back to get this tape. And thank God he had it. I got it for like, I think a couple of dollars, and it's worth a lot of money. I think it's worth like almost $100 now, this thing, or I think like 60 to 100 on eBay. It's not on DVD, it's not on Blu-ray, which I hope Blu-ray will get a release of it someday. I'm hoping like TerraVision or Vinegar Syndrome will put this out one day. It's definitely deserving so. Hopefully TerraVision, because TerraVision is putting out a lot of cool physical media movie releases. Actually put out the soundtrack of it. I got the soundtrack here on cassette of the movie Elves, and I'll be playing this probably today a little bit. And so I'm pretty sure, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll put a nice Blu-ray release of this. It definitely deserves it. You got Dan Haggerty. He's down as like, kind of looks like Santa Claus, but he's not. And it says elves, but there's only one elf in it. It's like a Nazi killing elf, mutant. That's kind of what this is. And it's supposed to impregnate this inbred woman, this doctor, mad scientist made, and to make the dominant race on Earth. It's so odd and cringe. It's great stuff, great cheesy one-liners in this thing, and like just bizarre dialogue in this, especially her little brother in this movie. It's so odd, but it's just a great weird one, low bunch of goodness. And that is Elves. I think it's on YouTube. Other than that, I don't know where you can find it at, but yeah, it's good stuff. Is Elves. It's a must. Ever since I had it, I think I got this like 6 or 7 years ago, and it's a must every year now. You get Jack Frost. And you get Jack Frost too with the lenticular. Someone took off the lenticular right there. You can see it, but it is what it is. And I got this one at a video shop here that closed down now here in San Diego for like a few bucks or something like that, like a handful of years ago. But then you get the Blu-ray releases, which I got last year to review, from MVD, and that is Jack Frost 1 and 2. Part 2 is not that great. It's pretty bad actually, part 2. But part 1 is it's bad too, but more enjoyable of a bad is part 1 of Jack Frost. We get Shannon Elizabeth in this thing in a great bathtub scene, and it's like this, killer guy, and I believe his name's Jack Frost, right? The guy, yeah, his name's Jack Frost. That's what I thought. Yeah, Jack Frost, and he's supposed to be on death row. And he's in transport to go over there. It's a big car crash. And there's all these like weird chemicals in the car crash and this explosion. And so because blood in his body is mixed in with these chemicals in the snow, it becomes like a mutated Jack Frost snowman. And so like his spirit is in the snow through these chemicals, and he just goes out there and kills people in a crazy snowman fashion with like carrots and things like that. It's really silly. A lot of one-liners in this thing, a lot of puns, but it's so funny and bad. Jack Frost. It's really good. Not to be confused with Jack Frost, Michael Keaton. That's a pretty good one too, a tearjerker. This is the Jack Frost you want to watch is that one. This is the one right here. Oh yeah. And speaking of so bad, it's good. We got this one up here, Bill Goldberg and Santa's Sleigh. This one's, I definitely like to check this out. This is great, cozy, cheesy nostalgia vibes is this one up here. You got Bill Goldberg and a crazy Santa. The true meaning of Christmas, I guess, is this one. But Santa's a bad guy, this thing. And it's just really good. The first 5 to minutes of this movie is fantastic. You got Fran Drescher in it, James Caan. Fran Drescher is just so out there and wacky. But the rest of the movie is fun, though. It's fun. Cheeseball is all heck. And it's, WCW's Bill Goldberg as this killer Santa. What more can you want? So now next I'm going to show you guys what to check out here on Tubi. Some really good stuff on Tubi. Some nice recommendations, which I found out the last couple of years. I saw some last year I discovered. I'm like, oh my God, now I got to watch these. So there's some good recommendations I'm going to show you guys right now. And real quick, you want to hear something really annoying? You're welcome. We go on Tubi now. You get the Smurfs Christmas special. There's all kinds of like nice 80s shows on here. You have the He-Man Christmas special, which I watched last week, but I don't know where I tried looking for it now. And then the search, I couldn't find it. So it should be here, but somehow I couldn't find it. I don't know why I had trouble with it last year like that. And then it'll pop on again. But they got the He-Man Christmas special, which is really great. All kinds of odd shows on here. A lot of strange Christmas stuff. The gem I discovered, I think, 2 years ago on here, and it's Scrooge's rock and roll Christmas. The VHS quality that Tubi can only provide. I love that because it has that nice aesthetic to it. And it's just, I think it had to be like a made for like Kmart back in the day videotape, because I've never even seen this on, I don't think it was on any kind of special or anything like that. But it's just very odd and strange. You got Mike Love from the Beach Boys on here. Very 80s, 84 style. You put this on, it is fantastic. Just put this on. You'll thank me for it later. I guarantee you'll thank me for this. It's so good. The Rock and Roll Scrooge's Christmas. So cheesy, so good. Love it. Holiday hits with Christmas Evil. And next to that, you got Bah Hum Duck and Yogi's First Christmas. So there's like, that's hilarious. But there's like an endless amount of Christmas stuff on here. So definitely check out Tubi. Pretty much does it for the video right here. So kind of a fun little video up here, kind of showing you what I like to check out. My recommendations for the Christmas holiday season. I figure I'll put it out kind of now when it's still early, so you guys have plenty of time to check some of these wonderful Christmas films out and specials and things like that to enjoy. Some stuff to revisit, maybe some stuff you've never seen before, and things like that. So there's so much more to talk about too. Like this video can really be an hour plus long, you know. There's just so much in-depth Christmas specials out there, Christmas movies. There's this, I know I'm leaving some out. There's some ones I'm gonna watch for sure. Like this one I just saw just now. I'm gonna be watching this for sure. That is the Nutcracker from like the mid 80s. I love this one. I believe it's also on Tubi. And it's a cool, you know, I love me the Nutcracker. I always liked this since I was a kid. Watched this with my grandparents in the live theater production here in downtown San Diego at the Civic Theater. Live version of it. And then of course the movie version of it as a kid. Great stuff. We used to watch it on TV a lot, like on KTTY here in San Diego. It'll be on, or Fox or something, it'll be on there as a movie at nighttime. There's so much stuff. I'm like looking around. I think I got some of my stuff covered now, but there's so much stuff out there. And I just love this time of year. It's always fun to watch these shows, get those memories of nostalgia when you first time you watched it, or maybe watching some of these shows for the first time. Get those nice kind of cozy, warm by the fireplace vibes in your heart, and just some fun stuff like that to check out. So always love doing that stuff and checking them out, and just fun. Great time of year for watching all kinds of great shows. Hope you guys like this video right up here. And if you guys did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, of course. I'm like about a few hundred away from 23,000. So hopefully by the end of the year, I can hit 23K. I get that Michael Jordan number, 23,000 subscribers. So that'd be really, really cool. So I'm hoping to get that by the end of the year. Maybe a few weeks left. So hopefully I can hit that number. I'm hoping I can. That'd be really cool to kick off the new year with 23K. I'm hoping that'd be rad. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. And leave a comment below of what are some of your favorite Christmas specials and TV, movies, and things like that. Of which ones you always have to watch, or which ones you've seen from that I mentioned. Or send me some new ones you can recommend to me that maybe I never heard of. Let me know down below. And I'll catch you guys later next time. And also, real quick, almost forgot, I got my eBay store. I'll get some stuff on there for sale in case you guys are looking for some movies and some things like that you want to get from my personal collection. Check out my eBay store, link down below also. Some good deals, some good flicks out there on Blu-ray, 4K, things like that. So if you're looking for some movies, check out my store. And I'll send out to you right away. Oh yeah, I'll catch you guys later then. I'll see you. And bye-bye. Ho, ho, ho.